The submarine that went to the Titanic exploded at a depth of 4,000 meters in the ocean. But this snailfish is a marine creature that can survive even at a depth of 8,300 meters. It is naturally considered to be the strongest creature in the world. Then, even if a herd of elephants is placed on top of it, even if heavy trucks are passed over it, or even if a locomotive is put on top of it, its body will not be affected at all. But the question is, after all, what is inside its body? Before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe our channel. If we travel 350 kilometers southwest of Guam Island in the Pacific Ocean, then the part of the sea comes under which the deepest point of the ocean is located. This point is also referred to as the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is a very large crescent-shaped trench on the bottom of the ocean. Its length is 2,550 kilometers, and its width is 69 kilometers. Due to this dent, this part of the sea suddenly becomes very deep. It can also be viewed on Google Earth to get an idea of this dent. In this trench, the deepest point of our world, the Challenger Deep, is located, which is approximately 11,033 meters below sea level. This depth is the least explored depth of the ocean. It is also called the Hadal Zone. It was named after the Greek underworld Don Hades. At this depth, the dangerous darkness, lack of food, and bone-breaking pressure are clear signs that it is almost impossible for creatures to survive here. At first, it was also believed that humans would never be able to reach the Hadal Zone, but an event occurred in the 19th century that permanently changed this concept. In 1875, the ship named HMS Challenger was present in the ocean. In it, the ocean explorers of that time set out to find the deepest point of the ocean. Upon reaching a certain location, they hung a weight on a rope and threw it into the ocean. It was noticed that the rope continues to descend, but the deepest point has not been reached yet. It had never happened before that their rope ended before reaching the bottom of the ocean. This news left ocean explorers from all around the world stunned. Knowing that the Mariana Trench was the deepest point in the ocean was not enough. Several attempts were made to reach this point, but this depth did not allow anyone to come close to it. 85 years after the discovery of Challenger Deep, in 1960, two men dared to go this far, Jacques Picard and Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh. They accomplished this feat aboard the submarine named Trieste. Their 5-hour journey was filled with numerous challenges. The water pressure at this depth is nearly 1,000 times higher than sea level. During their journey, the submarine's window had cracked, due to which they could only spend 20 minutes at the Challenger Deep, and then they had to come back up. In fact, he spent only a short time at that time, but what they saw there shook the scientific community. Life. Yes, they were surprised to see a live fish species at a depth of 11,000 meters below sea level. Let us tell you here that the Challenger Deep is so deep that even if Mount Everest were to be placed there, still its peak would be about 2 kilometers below the ocean's surface. The water pressure here is around 16,000 psi. Well, due to lack of time, they had to leave Challenger Deep immediately, but the trip posed a huge mystery to ocean explorers and biologists. After all, how is life possible in the Hadal Zone, where there is no oxygen nor sunlight? Going to such depths in the ocean for research is an impossible task. Therefore, in 1996, Japan developed a robotic submersible called Kaiko. This mission was named the Kaiko mission, in which this submersible had to be sent to the Challenger Deep and collect samples and return back. Kaiko collected some samples of the ocean floor. When they were tested, they found that the bottom of the ocean was full of strange bacteria, those bacteria that had never been seen before. Lab tests revealed that this bacteria is a very strange species, which has the ability to survive even in high pressure. Normally on land, plants produce energy through photosynthesis. It means through sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. But if life is possible in the depths of the ocean, it is due to these bacteria. Bacteria produce energy and oxygen through the chemical process by absorbing carbon dioxide and minerals from rocks. This process is called chemosynthesis. It was noticed that the energy produced by these bacteria leads to the main energy source for other creatures in this deep sea. This evidence was enough to prove that life in the Hadal Zone is indeed possible. The Mariana Trench has surprisingly also been home to the deepest dwelling fish, which is a snailfish. Because it resides in the Hadal Zone, it is also known as the Hadal snailfish. Up to 12 inches long and 3 inches thick, it's hard to believe the amount of stress this fish has to endure on its body. The body of this fish has an area of approximately 25 square inches, and the pressure at that depth is 16,000 psi. Based on calculations, the Hadal snailfish would be constantly enduring a weight of approximately 170,000 kilograms on its entire body. Yes, for reference, the empty weight of a Boeing 777 is 168,000 kilograms, and an average locomotive weighs 150,000 kilograms. It is no less than a wonder that such a small fish can bear so much weight. But what is the reason for this? Unfortunately, the scientific community has not been able to know exactly till now. Actually, it is not possible to go there and do research, and if this snailfish or other deep-sea creatures are brought out of the sea, so they burst due to lack of pressure. Some scientific research has revealed that the fish living near the surface have a swim bladder inside them. This swim bladder is filled with air, which prevents them from going too deep. But deep-sea creatures do not have this swim bladder, and that's the reason they can go in the depth easily. In addition, recent discoveries have revealed that all marine creatures have an organic molecule called piezolites inside them. This molecule protects membranes and proteins from being crushed. Scientists have found a significant amount of piezolites inside the snailfish, but it is not yet known how these piezolites ultimately protect proteins and membranes from being crushed. It will be known only then, when a technology is invented that can go to the Challenger Deep and do research on live fish. Now let's talk about the places that are deeper than the Mariana Trench. The third place we will talk about is the Philippine Trench. It is located in the western Pacific Ocean and is approximately 10,540 meters deep. The Philippine Trench is one of the deepest ocean trenches in the world. The abyss, which reaches the third greatest depth known in any ocean, it was first discovered in 1927 by the German ship Emden. The second place we will talk about is the Serena Deep. It is located in the Pacific Ocean and is approximately 10,714 meters deep. It was first discovered in 1997 by a team of scientists who were studying the seafloor using sonar. The Serena Deep is home to a unique ecosystem of creatures that have adapted to the extreme conditions. The first place we will talk about is the Challenger Deep. It is located at the southern end of the Mariana Trench and is approximately 11,034 meters deep. It is the deepest known point on Earth and was first explored by humans in 1960 by U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh and Swiss engineer Jacques Picard in a vessel called the Bathyscaphe Trieste. Now that we've talked about places that are deeper than the Mariana Trench, let's discuss why these places are so deep. The Earth's crust is made up of tectonic plates that move around the planet. When two plates collide, one is forced beneath the other, forming a subduction zone. These subduction zones can create trenches that are extremely deep. The Mariana Trench isn't the only place on Earth that is deep. There are several other places that are even deeper than the Mariana Trench, such as the Challenger Deep, Serena Deep, and Philippine Deep. These places are home to a unique ecosystem of creatures that have adapted to the extreme conditions. Who knows what other mysteries lie in the depths of the ocean hold? We hope you enjoyed this video, and you can click here to watch Decoding the Titanic Disaster, How the World's Greatest Ship Disappeared. I have explained it in detail in this video. If you like this video, you will definitely like that too. Thanks for watching.